Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, we can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
Half the teams that were automatically qualified for the round of 16 are out. And obviously the teams that are still here is Barcelona, Arsenal, Inter Milan, and Aston Villa. And people have been saying this now. Does the league phase even matter?
Damn.
Which I'll tell you right now, yes, it does, because I'm pretty sure that team that finished in 25th place right now in the league phase would sure love to be that 24th place team. So I mean,
yeah.
I'm not saying that that I think it goes back to like the whole rest versus resting, right? Like, oh, you're off, you don't have to play, this little playing round, like, does momentum value? And I mean, you could say that because, I mean, Real Madrid, they beat Man City, right? And then they come in and maybe they come in with some confidence. Also, mind you, also a healthier Real Madrid team because slowly and surely getting their center backs back. Maybe that was also something that could help boost their confidence going into Atletico Madrid, a team that also they've handled fairly handily in Champions League, controversy aside. But I mean, like, let's be honest, like the upset teams, Bayern Munich, that's a team that normally does fairly well in Champions League as well. Borussia Dortmund literally was at the final last year. Like, did anybody really think Lille had like a good shot at beating Borussia? Mind you, yes, probably not the best Borussia Dortmund as of lately, but still, this is a team that was in the final last year. And then PSG, I just don't know. I never know with PSG, to be honest with you. Are they doing well?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess, but
I mean, I'll be honest. Like,
and
the
maybe
way
now
that
we're knowing that Liverpool's just not a tournament team, because I mean they did just lose to Newcastle, so
yeah,
maybe they're not a tournament team. Maybe that's what we're learning right now.
maybe everybody's finding the chink in their armor.
Yeah, yeah. So like it's not like the teams that won their matchups. They're not necessarily like bad teams, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
Maybe they didn't do. Obviously, they didn't do as great in the league phase because obviously they had to play in the playing round. But like most of these teams, they do fairly well in the Champions League. Like they do. As a matter of fact, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, PSG. That was the four finalists for literally that was the semifinals, the
yeah.
Champions League last year. So I mean, I think it does. I think the league phase does matter. I don't know. I think that it goes. I think that's like even like an American sports thing. I don't know. With the whole playoff format here in the U.S., they're like, oh, so even though the eighth best team in the league could still win the championship, kind of thing. I don't necessarily think that's the same thing here. Once again, I don't know. Am I grasping at straws here, or do
I
I
think
have a
you're
point?
grasping at straws.
What?
I think you're grasping at straws.
So you don't think the league phase matters?
I mean, it matters. It's just I don't know, man. Like, it's kind of like you kind of you see which one's already coming out of it. You know what I mean? And I
I mean,
mean
that's
now,
basically the NBA.
yeah. I mean, true. Until they find like the next best thing. You know what I mean? Until they find the next player that's gonna help them cement their first place kind of shit.
Yeah, but I mean, like, do you want them to go back to the group, or do you think the league phase was fine?
I personally prefer the group. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat, but I think at the end of the day, now the league phase is going to be the thing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I like the fact that, you give teams that you never really see or expect to see in the Champions League. Like, I like the fact that they, like the little guy gets a say in it, you know.
yeah, okay. So Lille, do they have a lot of experience going deep in the Champions League? They don't.
They don't.
So I mean, they literally got beat by a team that has Champions League run experience. You know, Atletico Madrid. Okay, well that one that was a bit unfair. Okay, let me see. What's the other one? PSG and Liverpool. I mean, both teams do fairly well in the Champions League, and it went down to penalties. So like, you can't really be too mad at pens because that's the ultimate. To me, penalties is the ultimate equalizer. It doesn't matter if you're the best team on the field. If you go to penalties, like it could literally be the team that was just defending the whole. They could have like 10% possession, and that's the team that wins in penalties. And then same thing with Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen. Once again, that it experience matters in the Champions League. Leverkusen is still fairly new to the whole being a winning team. So like, yeah, I guess in some extent maybe it doesn't matter because obviously the team that's in 24th place can still have a shot at winning the Champions League. But like, I mean, at the end of the day, you still need to know how to run deep, go deep in this tournament.
Yeah.
And I mean the teams that quote unquote upset their opponents, they have a lot of experience in this tournament. So I don't know if like I don't know like I don't know if it doesn't matter because I mean you still got to be in a position to make it to the next round. But I guess now we're knowing that maybe if you're that team that gets a break, maybe you need to be doing something to prepare for yourself because clearly they didn't do enough. Like, like I said, the teams that I mentioned that unfortunately lost. I mean, aside Atletico Madrid, I think once again Atletico Madrid was kind of wronged, to some extent. But like I think everybody else, I mean, Bayer Leverkusen, they just didn't have they just didn't have the better performance against Bayern. They literally had two legs to show that they could be better than Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich gave them a goose egg.
Yep.
So I mean, that's just my opinion. Like I think the league phase does matter. Like where you finish does matter at the end of the day. And once again, you got teams from like that didn't even make it to the next round that would definitely argue that it kind of does matter.
Yep.
But I mean, if you disagree with me, it's perfectly fair.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I prefer the group stages. So
Yeah, I mean, me as well. But yeah, no, I get that point.
Who is that guy?